did that. So, all right, let's get into pre-emergent. So let me explain a little bit about the strategy and what pre-emergents are here first, just kind of set some tone and set the context here, and then we'll get into some of these questions. I don't know if I'll get to all of them. This is only a small portion that I got, and this would probably be enough to make the video like 2 hours. So we'll see how we go, but all right. So there's two kinds of herbicides that we use, or two ways we kill weeds. There's pre-emergent herbicides and post-emergents. Post-emergents are ones that you use after the weeds have already come up, hence the word post-emergent. You spray it on the weed, it kills it. Then there are pre-emergent herbicides that you put down prior to weeds coming up, hence the name pre-emergence, and that's what we're talking about here. We want to get these products down and in the lawn prior to the weeds seeds germinating so we can stop them from ever appearing. It's playing defense, and it's very important because the primary weed, it's a grassy weed that we're targeting in the spring, is crabgrass, and all of you have heard about it. And crabgrass is an annual grassy weed, and it will cause major bare areas in your lawn. It will outcompete your good grass, no matter if you have Bermuda or zoysia, or up north if you have Kentucky bluegrass or rye. It will outcompete in many cases. So you don't want it in your lawn. So we put down a pre-emergent product to stop it from coming into the grass or coming into our lawns, okay? The product that we use is an active ingredient, and it is called Prodiamine. Now, Prodiamine has been around for many years, and it was under a brand name called Barricade. So the way these products work is they work like pharmaceutical drugs. A company develops the active ingredient, they test it, they make sure it's effective, and they get it registered and licensed, and then they have a patent on that for however many years they have it. And I think it was Bayer Environmental, or Bayer are the ones that patented Prodiamine many years ago, and they called it Barricade. So that's the brand name that you still may see out there as Barricade, but that's a brand name, and the active ingredient in Barricade is Prodiamine. And now, many years later, that patent has worn off, so you don't have to pay for the expensive brand name Barricade. You can buy the generic. You can just buy Prodiamine, and there's lots of formulations. There are lots of folks that sell Prodiamine, including us. So if you need Prodiamine pre-emergent, you can click the links below. You can get it in granular or WDG to mix in water and spray as a liquid. So that is the product that we use. It's the gold standard. It works for all grass types, north, south, east to west, and it's the least expensive as well, or not the necessarily least expensive. It is less expensive than some other newer chemistries or newer products. And again, the main target we use it for is crabgrass, and it works just fine. Now, when do we put it down? Well, we put it down in the spring, and there are two kind of there's like a window or a target that you want to hit. You want to get it down again before the crabgrass seeds germinate. Now, we know that, or I know, or science tells us that crabgrass seeds germinate as soil temperatures are around 55 degrees. That's the opening of the window. From there, it's like anything, like farmers, they know when their seeds germinate, right? That the soil temperatures kind of rule when it comes to growing crops. In this case, we're not growing a crop, we're trying to stop a crop of crabgrass. And so we know that that crabgrass germinates as soil temperatures approach 55 or hit 55. Now, there's one thing I want to say here. It isn't like all of the thousands of crabgrass seeds in your lawn germinate immediately as soil temperatures hit 55. It doesn't work that way. They're living things like anything. Some, if you have kids, some are very early bloomers and some have developmental delays, right? It's that way. It's that same thing with any living thing. They don't all happen at the same time. The other thing with crabgrass seeds, some might be at the top layer of soil where it gets warmer faster. Some might be deeper down. Some might be closer to concrete where heat radiates off. Some might be in an area that's shaded partially during the day, and therefore they don't. The soil doesn't heat up as much there. There's a lot of different reasons. Some could get more water or less. But 55 is when that they are eligible to start. So we do an application of Prodiamine as soil temperatures, and I keep saying soil temperatures, not outside temperatures. As soil temperatures cross 50 heading to 55, we put down an application of Prodiamine. Then we do a second one to hedge against those bets. It's called the split application. And the way crabgrass works is that if 55 is the opening of the window for germination, 80 is the close. Once the soil temperatures get past 80, there's like an environmental stoppage or an environmental trigger that says, okay, don't germinate now. It's too hot. If you came up now as you're young and tender, you would die. It's too hot. So it stops. So the closing of the window is about 80. And so you want to make sure you have good coverage from 55 to 80. So we do a second application of Prodiamine as soil temperatures cross 65 heading to 70. That's the split app. One as they cross 50 heading to 55, and the other as they cross 65 heading to 70. Those are the two applications. That's the split application, and that will give you coverage during the window where crabgrass is eligible to germinate. Now,